rising costs and zoning laws push city living out of reach, efforts are underway to increase density and preserve opportunities for future generations. I'm Pat Gallant, your Charleston host of the American Dream. Today, we shine a light on the people and projects working to keep homeownership within reach, right here in downtown Charleston. I'm standing in a sought-after area of the city where zoning laws, particularly around parking, make it increasingly difficult to build multiple homes on a single lot. Now, as a result, developers are pushed to construct multi-million-dollar homes, driving prices sky high and turning the dream of downtown living into a fantasy for many. The city's one parking spot per person rule has paved the way for private equity firms to build massive apartment complexes, just like the one you see behind me right here. The city grants variances for large-scale projects that increase density for renters, but doesn't offer that same flexibility for smaller projects aiming to create more opportunities for homeowners. Fortunately, some builders see the big picture, pushing for smarter density and a more balanced future. I'm here with Cameron from Old City Builders, standing outside of one of his most recent projects here on Rose Lane. Now, Cameron, in an area where large homes are becoming the norm, you've managed to build something a little bit more modest. Can you explain to us what challenges you face getting something like this approved for the city?
Yeah, lots of challenges. As you can tell, this is a very small lot, an incredibly small lot that we built on. And if we were to be bound by all the typical setbacks, we had a building area about the size of a washing machine, I'd say, on this lot.
Wow.
So we needed setback variances. We needed, of course, a parking variance. We needed other types of things, and we needed a lot of neighbor support. So in general, this was not a buildable lot whatsoever if it weren't for the support of the neighbors in getting past a lot of the zoning hurdles.
Oh man, look at those beams.
Yeah, man.
This is so impressive.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
So much with such a little space like this.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you had all the support of the neighborhood rallying behind you to build this project.
It helped.
But ultimately, it does come down to parking, kind of, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Do you think the city could benefit from loosening up on those regulations a little bit?
Sure, yeah. I mean, parking is an inseparable piece of any developer's calculus on what to build. We've had opportunities before where a duplex, a triplex, a quad could have been appropriate on some lots, but due to parking constraints and turnaround requirements on site, it's easier and more practical to build a single family house, but the way our current zoning is set up, we risk kind of a monoculture of that type of residential development that really cleaves off a whole price point of the industry.
So it seems like your passion goes far beyond just building within the system. Now, I'm just curious though, like what draws you to build small projects like this?
We like to push the limits. You know, I think that while a lot of developers could go the cleanest route for highest and best use for their property, which is simple market economics, we tend to see opportunity where others pass by. A lot of the times that can come in little pockets of town, like the property we're sitting on right now that was used for parking no more than 2 vehicles until we built this house on it.
So Cameron, this place is gorgeous. I love it.
Thanks, man.
Clearly, you got something special going on with Old City Builders. But I got to ask you, what separates you guys from the rest of the pack?
For someone who's worked on a lot of old buildings and a lot of old structures, some 2, even close to 300 years old, we really strive to build something that's going to last. I plan on working in this town for a while, and I want the buildings not only to outlast my career, but outlast me. So hopefully I don't see them getting worked on and rebuilt while I can still witness it. Hopefully in 200 or 300 years, they're still standing and still around for someone else to tinker with one day.
Good answer. All right. So you want to build for the next generation.
Yeah.
I might got one more question for you, Cameron.
Cool.
Now, earlier you mentioned when we were outside that you initially only had enough space to build something the size of a washing machine. I could ask.
That's right.
Did you manage to squeeze one in this little place?
As a matter of fact, follow me. Yeah, come check it out.
All right.
Check out the goods.
Oh, how did you do it? Super impressive. Cameraman, I appreciate your time today, buddy. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it, man.
Let's work together sometime.
Yeah, Pat.
Zoning and parking might sound like technical details, but they ultimately play a big role in who gets to live here and who doesn't. You see, a city is nothing without the people who bring it to life, and it's builders like Cameron who demonstrate what's possible when we prioritize long-term value over short-term gains. I've lived in Charleston for a long time, and like a lot of folks, I want Charleston to grow, but I want it to grow with care. My name is Pat Gallant. I hope you learned something today. I know I did.